would just be like, okay, take a look at my YouTube channel. Oh, no, sharing my kinks with the world. Oh, you guys, don't make me sappy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Dutchy. What was that? I feel like I'm getting more and more aggressive towards the end of the year. I don't know where all this energy is coming from, but let's not question her. For today's video, I thought I would do another answering your TMI questions. This was really fun last time and you guys didn't hold back. We're all about that here, fam. So a lot of your questions are not only personal towards me, but yourself and wanting advice on personal topics yourself, which is awesome. I cannot wait to answer your questions, but before I do, if you are new here, hi, my name is Dutchy. I create and upload LGBTQ+ content twice a week, so if you would like to join the best fam on the internet, then be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss an upload. And without further ado, let's get TMI. Yeah, okay, whoa, you guys do not mess around. Lots of spicy cues in here. Let's get it. First TMI question is, how do tops like getting pleasure? Lesbian/bi girls. Can I just say, I love that you've asked that because you are then presuming I would know the answer because I am a top. Tops getting pleasure. I think tops get pleasure from pleasing their bottoms or their vers or whoever they're having sex with. I think that is how they get their pleasure. But it is also important to remember that just because you're a bottom, or just because you're a top with a bottom, or just because you're having sex as a top with another bottom or verse person, that doesn't mean that that bottom isn't going to pleasure you. So I don't know if your question is like, how do tops get pleasure, or how do they like to be pleasured because they're always the one pleasuring the other, which isn't true because bottoms can obviously pleasure from being a bottom. But I also think the answer to that question is very subjective, each to their own. Not everyone likes being pleasured the way someone else would. Subjective to a degree, but I don't think that they would like being pleasured any differently to anyone else. Why did you choose to do LGBTQIA+ content for your YouTube channel? Honestly, it wasn't the idea in the beginning. In the beginning, I just created random ass content. It had no theme. It was just quite shit, actually, for lack of a better word. It didn't have a niche and I was really struggling to grow because I did not have a niche. And then I sort of really started struggling with my sexuality and I wasn't sharing that with anyone. And then one day I sort of decided, okay, there's probably people out there struggling with what I'm going through, have or are going to struggle with what I am currently going through. So why not create relevant, relatable content for other people to watch and consume when they need it? We love wholesome, helping other people content. And also, who doesn't love a gay meme? What sort of kinky stuff are you into? You guys, I got so many questions like, what are your kinks? What's your fave kink? And what kinks are you into? This is like, hi! I guess I'm only encouraging that because I've been doing so much sex toy placement and like promotion lately, which we're all for that, obviously. Sharing my kinks with the world. Love that for me. Oh my god, like I'm never awkward or nervous. I mean, I have these conversations with my housemates all the time. Okay. This is so much information, you guys. I don't know why I'm piss farting around right now. Kinks. I like choking. Choking is hot. Obviously don't cut off my airways, or do, I guess, but choking's a big one. I don't mind like light BDSM, super light. I find like being handcuffed or like tied up really hot as well, but I also like being the one doing that to someone. I actually can't decide what I like more, like being that top or like being the dom or being the sub. I'm definitely not like fully into that so much, but I definitely like and have dabbled in BDSM, enjoy that. I think that's enough there. Yeah. Hey Dutchy, at what age is it appropriate for you to get toys and explore your sexuality? I got a lot of questions like this, and I also got a few questions asking how to tell your parents you want a sex toy or how to ask your parents for a sex toy, that sort of thing. So I want to cover that briefly now. I guess the way to answer this question is if you are of a legally acceptable age for your region or country or wherever you are, I guess it's just one of those situations where you need to just have that chat. Obviously, if you don't have the funds or access to funds that you can then like order it online yourself or do something like that yourself, it is a question or a conversation that needs to be had, I guess. But I suppose your questions are more, instead of being like, how do I go about asking, I think it's more, how do I go about asking for a sex toy without my parents freaking out, right? And I guess there are no real guarantees with that. My parents like know I promote these and get all these toys sent to me to then like promote brands and things. And they're not that uncomfortable with it, but they still think it's a funny like concept that I'm sharing with the world, like my favorite sex toys. And I guess it is, it's taboo. But if I asked them at a younger age for one, I don't think they would have frowned upon it. And yeah, no guarantees that it will not be awkward, because it may well be. But you're also not going to be able to get a sex toy if you don't have this conversation. I guess the only way to do it would just be like start a casual conversation about yourself and your sexuality in general. Or you could also start by just discussing sex toys as a concept in general and see how they react. If they react positively, then you could go ahead and be like, well, I've actually like been looking at this one, I'd like to try this. I don't know, it can get a bit funny, but like just a casual chat. It doesn't have to be super formal or scary. I guess just slowly ease into it. And speaking of sex toys, if that chat goes well, I have something for you. And you, and you, and you, and you. I just received some sex toys from Honey Playbox, and let me tell you, oh wow. This clit stim vibrator that I'm about to show you is not only soups cute because it's pink and looks like a clam, it has a mother hecking remote. Like, remote controllable. Hi! Hours of fun there to be had, my people. And sorry, but this is a TMI video after all. It came with these that you can like put the toy in, right? So it literally just slides on in. Oh, but yeah, how fun is that? And you can literally control it with this, or your partner can control it. Kinky! Love that. Spicy. Truly spicy. Honey Playbox are all about finding the perfect toy for you. So whether you're a first timer and this is literally your first time buying a sex toy, or you're a seasoned sex toy fiend, they have something perfect for you. They have just released some super cool holiday gift sets because 'tis the season and all. So yeah, definitely check them out if you are looking for your first sex toy or a sex toy in general. You think it's time to spice things up, or you just really want one. Go ahead and click the link in my description box below. And you can also use code Dutchy for a sneaky 25% off site-wide. You are welcome. I love this question. Hypothetically, what are your thoughts on pegging femme guys? Doesn't have to be femme. I think I'd almost rather peg a super mask guy. I think it's just like a thing of dominance. I don't know like if that's just like the bisexual in me, or I don't know what it is. I don't know, I just love the whole idea of pegging. I think the idea of pegging a man is like just something about it. I don't know, I just think it's that the whole like wherever penetrative sex is involved with a penis and a vagina, it's always like that dude doing that, right? So I think the fact that a girl can then do that to a guy too, it's just something really hot about that. I love it. And it's so attractive when a guy lets you peg them, like, and is into that, or at least into trying that. Like, hot. Like, hot. Yes, show us that you're open to trying things. If you don't like it, we'll never do it again. I love it. This is so cute and wholesome, and it's like not too TMI, but like, what is your favorite thing about your boyfriend physically and mentally / personality wise? Oh, you guys, don't make me sappy. My favorite thing about Phrase, I think, and this is more of like a mental thing, he thinks in a completely different way to how I do. The way his mind works is just like no other. Like, I've never met someone that thinks the way he does, and I love that his way of thinking challenges my ideals and challenges how I go about life. Like, ever since meeting him, he just makes me question things more. It's kind of hard to explain. He challenges me mentally. I don't know, he just makes me think differently about the world and things, which is great. And I think I do the same to him, because obviously I have a very different way of thinking to him even. I don't know if you were hoping for like a less deep response. I guess physically and personality wise, he has the greenest eyes. Like, I've never met someone with eyes that green and stunning. Like, so They just look into your soul. Okay, there's construction going on around. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's freaking annoying. And in terms of personality, I honestly can't floor him. Like, he just is social enough that he can just talk to anyone. When I'm upset or stressed or in a seemingly impossible situation, he knows exactly what to say and like do, and I don't know, he just gets me, which is really special. Not TMI, but will your boyfriend ever be featured in a video? Couples tag, perhaps. He's actually going to be in a vlog that I am currently filming, so you will meet him then. And we're going up to Queensland for the first week of Jan, so I'm sure you'll see him then and get to know him a bit then. Unsure if he would ever do a couples tag. We'll see, but yeah, you'll meet him soon enough. What are some of your turn-offs in bed? I was speaking to one of my mates about this. It hasn't actually happened to me, but I did think about it and it would be a turn-off if it did happen. Whoever it is, people that like you're having sex or you're doing whatever and then they finish, but then they don't, they're like done, like once they are done, they're done. And it's like, no. I mean, obviously depending on the situation and what you're doing, but if you're both fully into it, and like one of you is doing the other and then they finish, like it's okay to have a breather, but then like it's kind of nice to it's kind of nice to get that back. Like if you've just done all this work for someone and then it's like, no. I mean, not saying that you have to, obviously this is subjective in so many different situations, but if you've both gone into the situation being like, yeah, we're like we're doing this, and then they finish and they think everything's done, that's a turn off. And I think also being quiet or like absolutely no sound, I don't know if that's like a turn off or like a situational thing, but I just find like if a room is super quiet or there's no music or there's like no talking, I feel like that's just not it. Like I need someone who talks. Like it doesn't have to be full on like a lot of like dirty talk, but like something like just something here and there, you know, so like you know that they're awake and conscious, like they're not, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Ooh, this one's interesting. I'm asexual and I've always wondered, how often do adults in a relationship actually have sex? Oh, hey, this is an interesting topic of conversation. I was having actually a conversation with one of my housemates about this the other day, about another couple. It honestly obviously depends. Like if you're long distance and you see each other like twice a year, that's going to be different. It depends, I suppose, if you're a couple living together, how often you see each other. I don't know if there's like a normal range or number or what is even normal. It would obviously differ from couple to couple, but I think as long as you're both satisfying each other's sexual needs, that's how often. But yeah. Is it possible to be demisexual but only to one gender? Like I could experience romantic attraction to one gender easily but need to form an emotional connection with women. Yeah, I think that's definitely possible. Whether I know the right label or term for it, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think you can be demisexual with a preference, definitely. How did you know you were bisexual? Was it a person or did you just know? I've been through this before, but I should probably do an updated how I knew I was bisexual on my channel because I have a lot of new family members here. To be perfectly honest, it was a bit of both. It was a bit of my subconscious being like, hey, and like giving me dreams and like being like, you need to go and do something about this. I just started having dreams about someone I knew, like sex dreams, and then I was in a position where I was able to experiment with that. And my mind, it was just like constantly being like, why am I thinking this way? Like, why am I questioning this? And suddenly attracted to girls, and then experimented with girls for a bit and then realized, whoa, this is like a whole other side of me that I didn't know about. And yeah, it would have happened regardless of having that person there, but yeah. If you're comfortable answering, why did you change your mind on not sharing your relationships online? I don't know, I think it just got to a point where like I was never not going to, and I always have shared relationships online. It was just to what extent. And I guess it just got to a point where I was like, people are gonna find out eventually. People are going to see him in stories. So that's not to say though, obviously I'm not going to be vlogging our lives all the time. Like he'll appear in one or two here or there, but I'm not gonna be one of those people that like plasters our relationship online, or like every single decision we make will not be shared with you guys, which no tea, no shade, no hate to those people because I watch those channels and adore them. But just personally myself, I like to keep at least some of it private. And obviously like whatever goes on in our lives will be private. within our relationship. But yeah, if we take a nice photo here or there or whatever, or if we're going somewhere together, I will include him in that. And I think what made me change my mind was I just couldn't hide him from the world anymore. Like, he's pretty cool, and I thought, yeah, I was like, I just wanted to share him with you guys. And yeah, this person said monogamous question mark, and I'm guessing you're asking if I am monogamous or in a monogamous relationship, which yes to both. I don't think I could ever be poly, not in a bad way at all. I have poly friends, absolutely adore them, and I recently had them on for an episode on my podcast. I get how their life works, like I can see how it works for them and makes them happy, but yeah, I don't think I could ever not be monogamous. I think I would just get too jealous. Did you ever think you were only attracted to women due to internalized biphobia? Yes. Yes. For a couple of months, in fact, I thought that. Thank you, internalized biphobia. Thank you. I was able to overcome it, but yeah, I have struggled with that. Would you ever take part in an orgy? Whoa. Again, not something I've thought about. Definitely not something at the forefront of my mind ever. Maybe if I was single. Maybe when I was a little bit younger, I don't know, like went overseas and it sort of just happened on a drunk night, but now, no, I wouldn't. Is it hard being bisexual in a straight relationship? I'm actually just about to film a video on my thoughts on that. No, it's not hard. I have a super duper accepting partner. Like, it's not even a thing. He loves me for me, and like, it doesn't change any part of the relationship. I get if you're coming from the side of like people then seeing you as not a valid bisexual and stuff. Yeah, that's tough. But you just sort of have to remember at the end of the day that other people's opinions literally have no weight. Like, it doesn't, like, it bothers you for a second and then you're like, hang on, like, why do I even care what someone else thinks? Other than myself and my close friends and family surrounding me. So, this person's question, what is your kink/kinks, or what is your body count? Which do you prefer, girls or boys? Hey, you said TMI. Well, I did say TMI, yes. You're absolutely right. I've said my kinks. Body count, I mean, that's a bit, me literally contemplating whether or not to, maybe next time. Do you prefer girls or boys? It's difficult because once you're in a relationship and you've been having sex with them, like good, constant sex, you like learn so much about each other. And I feel like sex is always better when you're in a relationship because you can communicate your wants and needs. So when in a relationship, I don't have a preference, but when I'm having like casual sex, if I'm single, I prefer women. I think it's just nicer having casual sex with a woman. That's just my preference. Top or bottom? Verse. She's a switch though. Well, also not TMI, but I've been wondering since the first day I followed you, are you Dutch or partly Dutch? Yes, I was born in Holland. My dad's Dutch and my mum's Australian. What if you have sexual feelings for your partner, but they're across the other side of the world? Honey, FaceTime sex, I guess. Is that too much? I don't know. This is a TMI video. If you are across the world from your partner, I'm so sorry. That is hard, like a hard time. It's totally up to you and how comfortable you are with doing that sort of thing. I don't know. I think FaceTime sex and stuff like that has been super popular over COVID, just from all the birdies that have been telling me so. I think that's a conversation though that you need to have with your partner, because you probably are both horny and both like wanting it. But obviously you can't do anything together physically, so you just have to think of other ways to do that. Oh, can you be bi without dating anyone? Yes, 100%. You can be bi regardless of any experience, any relationship history, anything. Is it possible to get pregnant even if there is no penetration? Yes. It is. I was reading an article when doing research for my non-penetration sex podcast episode, and it was about a girl with vaginismus. And so basically she could not have penetrative sex with her husband. She was a virgin or hadn't had her first time up until marriage. On the honeymoon, they went to have sex, realized they couldn't, and then she looked into it and yeah, found out that she had the condition of vaginismus. She ended up getting pregnant twice and having 2 kids because her, for lack of a better word, her partner had strong swimmers. So I mean, maybe the tip sort of went in, but like it definitely wasn't like fully inserted, and she got pregnant twice through that. So it's also important to remember you can get pregnant from pre-cum. There is still sperm present in pre, and yes, you can get pregnant without penetration. I don't know the statistics around that. I don't know how common it is, but I've definitely heard about it more than once, which is why it is super important to always use protection. What has your journey with mental health been like? It's really good at the moment. I had a few like rocky patches this year, but not with anything serious. I think with just everything going on in the world and a bit of anxiety and all that good stuff. I had a time in between year 9 and year 10 where I just really wasn't well mentally, psychologically, what have you, for like no reason. I had a chat to Charlie about it on one of my podcasts, but it was just like one of those things where I was just sad all the time, no motivation for anything, nothing, and there wasn't really a reason as to why. So just went to a psych a few times and figured that out, and it eventually dissipated. But other than that, I've been pretty blessed with solid mental health. Yeah. This is a really good question. What are some safe porn sites? Preferably girl-on-girl content. So many give computers viruses. I don't really watch porn that often, so I can't answer that. So I'm just going to quickly Google that. So here is a Cosmo article. It says, just a bunch of women-friendly and computer-safe porn websites. Let's have a look. Oh, there's audio porn. It's called And Jane. I can link these or put them in the comments or whatever for you guys if you like. Ex Confessions by You and Erica Luss. Netflix! I know, but seriously, Netflix is full of sexy scenes. This is true. This is true. Pornhub Premium. Dipsy. I've never heard of that, but there you go. Lust Cinema. Literotica. Crash Pad Series. Oral Honey. And Bright Desire. Now, by the looks of those, most of them seemed premium, and most of them seemed, yeah, like you had to pay for them or some sort of membership, which, I mean, if you want good stuff and you don't want viruses and like nicer content, I guess you do get what you pay for. So yeah, hope some of those help. The next question following up from that is, what are your thoughts on porn? I think it just places the wrong idea in a lot of people's heads, especially like young, impressionable teens, like will look at porn, maybe guys especially, and then expect to have sex like that when it is so different. Like, these are paid actors getting told what to do and when and how, and like 9 times out of 10 sex is not what you see on porn. It is so different. Also, yeah, like they're paid actors, they do this every day, and like I think it just sets a very high standard for sex, and that's what is scary, because yeah, people start out by watching porn before they've done anything and then go to have sex, and then I think either have really high expectations or get disappointed when there's stuff that they just can't or don't do, or like a girl won't do for them. It's never really been something I've been into. It's not something I've ever needed to stimulate myself or that sort of thing, and if it ever was, it was definitely girl on girl, because I don't know, I've never liked watching straight porn. No, not for me. But yeah, I don't know, I think it can be dangerous in just setting those expectations super high and like making sex look like something it's not. So yeah. But then also, like, obviously so many people watch porn, and if that's like your thing and that's how you get off and like whatever, or that's what gets you going, then that's cool too. It's just personal preference. How do you handle people assuming you're straight? I don't really get that much now, and I guess if I did, I would just be like, okay, take a look at my YouTube channel, lol. No, again, like, it's not something that would really annoy me if it was someone that wasn't like important in my life. Like if it was just a random person at a bar or whatever assuming I was straight, well, great, that's fine. I guess it's people that would be, like if someone in my life that was close to me was still referring to me or calling me straight, that I would have an issue with. But yeah, I guess I'd kind of just ignore it if it was a random person. Are you into BDSM? I answered this briefly before. Like, yes, like liked BDSM, yeah. And what is your fave LGBTQ plus movie / TV show? Movie! Below Her Mouth is, gets you in the feels, but also so hot. I love Simon. And TV show, The L Word. Have you ever hooked up with a straight girl? Yeah, twice. Yay! Well, that is all I have time for today. Thank you guys so much for sending in your TMI questions. I'll probably do another, so don't stress if I didn't answer yours. I'll probably do another one of these in the near future. It was so much fun. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!